We wanted to bring together women from around the world with different tastes and different age groups.
I was thinking of nature, but in a way that's artful, a little bit wild, but also a little bit refined.
This is our Dress Come True collection. So, what I was trying to do was really make the modern princess bride unique.
This season, we wanted to play with transparencies and lace and layering.
The look today is a really romantic, soft, kind of messy, but still done pony. We're keeping it a little bit higher on the hairline just to keep it more young and modern. And basically, what we did is we just added a lot of texture up top. And then what we did is kept the bottom super clean and tight. And then we just hid the elastic with a little bit of hair wrapped around it.
We went with a simple, clean, natural look. We used natural tones, bronzes, pinks, a touch of shimmer. We're doing no lashes, just mascara and no hard lines. This is just a way to look healthy and like themselves and pretty.
So this collection is based on the International Woman. We wanted to bring together women from around the world with different tastes and different age groups. I always say that the woman today, with the internet, whether she doesn't even leave her hometown, she has the world as her shopping avenue. She's able to see things that she never saw before. She's seeing what brides look like in Rome, what brides look like in Paris, what brides look like in Moscow, in China. Though I'm an American designer, this is, I believe, classically American, but it has an influence of different fabulous European cities.
Dennis had a very classic Dennis Basso collection, and they're for a very, very understated, elegant girl. There was one with an overskirt that I thought was really, really pretty, and it looked very lightweight also. I just think effortless and lightweight is the way to go today. Nothing too heavy that bogs you down. Still looks like a bride, but they're very classic and very tailored almost.
It's also the woman who's 20 years old and maybe 40 years old. Years ago, classic bridal ended if the girl was in her early 20s. After that, what should she wear? Today, women are going down the aisle of all ages wearing beautiful white gowns. And so I've created a collection that could be for the very young, the ingenue bride, or the woman who's sophisticated and still wants to be a bride but wants to be sleek and elegant, or someone who wants to be a beautiful confection. So there's a whole marriage of different looks in this particular collection. There were some gowns that are extremely body hugging, that are very glamorous, that have a nod to old Hollywood. So there's a combination of things. This year, I've done organza and Duchess satin and silk crepe, a lot of encrusted beading, pearls. We've used pearls and oversized Swarovski crystals and beautiful Alençon lace. So it's just a melange of many different things and mixing the medias, which I think is a very strong look in the world of fashion today. My finale gown is very classic. It was inspired by Grace Kelly, so you'll see that. When you do a collection, they're like your children. I love each one, in every different situation.
Starting my collection today, I was thinking of nature, but in a way that's artful, a little bit wild, but also a little bit refined. And I really focused on expressing that through a lot of the embroideries that I did, and tucking little I like little details, and tucking little secret things in some of the embroideries. Really just beautiful dresses, ethereal, graceful silhouettes, tints of color, in a dress that a bride can feel contemporary and of the moment, but also timeless. For Alvina Valenta, we always use a lot of lace, and I also use tulle and silk organzas, playing with a lot of layers to mix different colors together to create new colors. And this season with the embroideries, I wanted to create lace-like looks, but by using different embroidery techniques. This season, I again looked to the embroideries. I put a lot of love into some of these embroideries, designed the layouts. I think they're beautiful. And there's a special little exciting, maybe after party dress also in there, which is really fun. The Alvina bride, I think, to me, she's of the moment, but in a graceful, ethereal way. She wants to be able to look back on her wedding photos in 20, 30, 40 years and feel like she wasn't stuck in a moment, but she's still timeless and beautiful, maybe paying attention to special details. I think she really does appreciate all the little details and the nuances that I put into my gowns.
look today is we're doing really luminous skin, nude lips and nude cheeks. The eyes are going to have shimmer coppers and cranberries, a very mega lash, and the designer Madeline had asked for us to the girl to look mysterious and dreamy. So that's going to set the tone for our bride today.
So for today's look, we wanted to get a nice, beautiful braid, keep everything brought back and away from the face, but just a light, nice, softer texture, kind of like broken up, really pretty and elegant. Well, it's nice because it has like a combination of like, the braids kind of give like a nice elegance to it, but then having a bit of roughness and the flowers help to bring out like the floral patterns and stuff that you see inside of the dress.
This is our Dress Come True collection. So what I was trying to do was really make the modern princess bride unique and give these new silhouettes, but still keep it so romantic that they still feel like that princess bride.
I have to say that the Morilee Madeline Gardner show, my first word that I can think of was just really, really smart. And when I say that, I think what she did in combining sexy yet conservative, I think was brilliant because she's giving those brides that really, really sexy look, but they're still covered. And I think that that's really what brides want. They want to be traditional on their wedding day, but they still want to look sexy. And I think she did it just immaculately.
If you notice, we had lots of layering. I had special tulle design with sparkle in it. All my embroideries are handmade, special laces. We searched the globe for unique beads that really sparkle but still give that gorgeous bridal feel to a dress. And that's where I usually start with inspiration, and then from there it just kind of flows. Just modern, unique, romantic, sophisticated. We try to dress so many brides globally, but our girl usually knows who she is, and we love her to feel super special in our gown.
I think that's really important to listen to your customer, and you are so in tune with your customer. And because I'm out there and working with them every day, I get to see what they're looking for and what they want. And you nailed it. smartest collections I've seen. And because I get to travel internationally, I know what they're looking for. And what you did was really brilliant. I'm going to say I'm borderline of genius because you gave them sexy, but they were covered. You gave them really low backs, but there was lace covering it, which they're always asking for that low back, but then it's like, oh, it's too low. So you gave them that nice balance between yin and yang of sexy and traditional, where I think that the bride is going to love the dress, and so is the mother-in-law. I think the collection really is going to be huge for true American brides, not just New York and LA and Miami. And I think it's also going to be very big internationally because I travel a lot internationally and I see what they're wearing. And I think this collection is really going to be relatable to the international market.
I was lucky enough to be in Paris for Prima Vision, and I found this fabulous printed organza where it looks like there are flowers actually growing out of the fabric. So I decided it needs to be a ball gown, of course, right? So I layered it with sparkle tulle, and they have this gorgeous organza with silk yarns running through it that sparkle. So that's what's under there. And then we had all handmade flowers, very dimensional gown with covering the bodice, but the entire bodice is nude. I don't know if you could see that as well on the runway, but it was completely nude. And then we just did a very dramatic cathedral veil using the same appliques.
I say my hat's off to you. Once again, you have outdone yourself. And I just think you're brilliant, and I love you. So congratulations.
We listen to those girls, don't we?
We're here at Laduree. It's very romantic. It's a great place to get married in the city, to have that French romanticism. This season we wanted to play with transparencies and lace and layering. That's great, just like that. It's about an intelligent, empowered woman that is in touch with her femininity, a creative bride for fulfilling romantic, dreamy, grand, regal fantasies. Here, there's like an origami technique with the tulle. And then underneath, when she starts to move, you can see the hidden embroidery and thread work that's appliqued on top of the tulle here. And then as it creeps up here, it re-picks up the embroidery there. And you start to see different layers of a 3D lace, a chantilly lace on the tulle. And then it just starts to creep out under this, very seductive neckline. Her veiling then picks up some of those elements as well, with a little bit more silver in the thread work, which just adds a pickup of light, which is great for a photo and an exit. Creates that romantic twinkle.
Just come a little bit closer to us, step closer, right there.
This is more in like a Hollywood, more fishtail silhouette. This plays with like a passementerie technique, a cording technique, a lace, and then layered over a chantilly. It's all about creating dimension and texture and staying light. Here we did our floral border, and it's a transparent sequin. We were looking at vintage antique gelatin sequins that have that kind of reflective quality but no pigment to them. So it gives an icy modernity to it. And then here, full on romantic grand wedding. A full tulle skirt, yards and yards. You could swim in it. The full drama wedding, reminiscent of pieces that we do in our collection. Drama, romanticism, a real designer look at the David's Bridal price point. It's something that's very important to me. You shouldn't have to break the bank to get a wedding. You should be able to fulfill your fantasy. This tulle technique, we've seen a lot of it on the runways. I wanted to balance it with a very clean bodice with some boning detail, which always does very well with us. And here she's wearing a Truly Zac Posen ring that we designed, engagement band underneath that sits with the wedding ring, and that has a sapphire in it, which I think is always so elegant. Then we have here full skirt, cording. I think this has a little bit more of the kind of elegance to it and sophistication. Corded veil here, and all these layers. That's so romantic. And a big train. It's quite something. All the thread work, all the lace. It's a real antiquity piece. That's also part of our Truly Zac Posen collection. Here it has the oval cut, and it's layered, and that gives, real sparkle, real twinkle. I mean, diamonds are everybody's best friend.
Step away. Yeah, that's it.
And then here, very architectural, very signature construction, sweetheart neckline, and then as it turns to the back, she's one of my favorite construction details, this kind of origami bow that pulls it all towards the back with some tulle that comes there, and I don't even think she needs a veil. This is like, she has it there. I love the curve there, the buttons going down. It's all about the architecture and the cut of the clothing, playing with dimension and textures, and it's really my love note to women getting married all over the world.